resolution we brought before you this morning, and this is the first part of the recovery efforts. This is the notice to proceed resolution. I am going to caution you that the amounts are going to be sticker shock on you, but these are not to exceed amounts. We're not asking for full funding up to this level. We're just saying we anticipate it could go as high as this amount. If you're uncomfortable with the amounts I'm going to present to you, we can definitely take a look at reducing you, but we do need to enact these three items today if at all possible. The first one is the notice to proceed with Crowder Golf for the mobilization of equipment, personnel, and supplies to assist with debris removal as a result of Tropical Storm Imelda with an initial estimated cost not to exceed the amount of $1,250,000 with funding to be from, I need for you to name a source. The
That's
second
just,
one?
is that pretty much for Precinct 4?
By and large, that's where the majority of it is. We do have damages in Precinct 1, Precinct 3, and Precinct 2. But by and large, the majority of the damaged property is in Precinct 4, that's correct.
Yeah, that's a big number.
Precinct 1, we saw...
Is Crowder Golf the one that did our last one? Did,
they are
Harvey?
currently on contract, yes, sir.
Yeah.
We had some problems there.
For
Yeah.
sure.
It was the initial onset of the activation. If you remember, we had a lot of things working against us during Harvey. A, it was unprecedented. B, it was statewide. It wasn't just region wide. And then we had a hurricane land in Florida not long after that. So the combination of all of those items, we did struggle a little bit on the onset with Crowder Golf.
Was it Crowder Golf or was it the other?
Tetra Tech.
Tetra
Or-
Tech. I think
no.
we had more problems with them than we did Crowder Golf.
Right. Crowder did stumble out of the gate, but we have worked with them since that time. We've renewed our contract with them based on what they have shown us and what they have told us that they can do. We had a meeting with them yesterday. We've talked about what we expect. They have agreed to that, and they're ready to roll within 7 days of approval today.
Again, I think they did a fairly decent job after we got all the issues worked out with the other guys.
Yes, sir. Precinct 1, 75 properties. Precinct 2, 14 properties. Precinct 3, 8 properties. Precinct 4, currently 1,104.
I moved.
Second.
What's the source of funding for this? It's obviously not going to be contingency.
Right.
I think it has to be fund balance.
The second item, number 2, is the...
Wait,
hang on. There's still discussion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Put that in the
Not so
motion.
fast.
So,
Well, that's the place we got.
Yeah.
But I will amend my motion, either that or Precinct 4's budget.
That sounds good. I second that.
I'm like contingency. I don't have it either.
Fund balance will be the funding source.
You know,
Amend my motion.
Second.
okay. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And if
Motion.
this
Go ahead.
is, if there's a federal declaration approved, then we can go back to them and receive those monies just like we have in the
that's
past.
more than likely to 75-25. That's
Yeah.
correct.
And how soon do we get our money?
Oh, gosh.
Just a question, but we have a motion on the floor. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion
closed-
carries.
Closed
Thank you.
Ike last year.
I'm sorry, sir.
We closed Ike last year, right?
About a year before, 2016, we
Takes
closed
time.
Ike.
That's
Takes
how
time.
long.
Yeah,
So we're
Takes
still
time.
waiting on tax day stuff.
That's right.
that's correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, continue.
Item number 2 on this resolution is notice to proceed with Haggerty Consulting for mobilization of personnel to assist county staff with debris monitoring, damaged site data collection, and reimbursement assistance as a result of Tropical Storm Imelda, with an initial estimated cost not to exceed $750,000. Also, name a funding source.
Is this
This
needed?
is the contract consultant that replaced Tetra,
Yeah.
which is the one that we had. We do not anticipate it going anywhere near those numbers. Like I said, we
Does your staff control that, Darren?
control. We work
What
with
they
the
do
cost,
and how they
the
do it? and how
cost.
much
Yes,
you-
we do. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it also helps if you do it out there in your own precinct too.
Yes.
You got to be with them.
Yes, that's correct.
I move.
Second.
If this is not a
Discussion.
federally approved disaster, then we won't need to do that because measuring that, the quantities, I mean, the only thing we'd be doing is second
All we'd be doing is validating what Crowder's charging us.
Yeah, and so I don't think it'd be worth the funding.
Right, but if we are declared, we have to have it. And if we've already started collecting debris, we're going to have to somehow
This is not
validate
an
all of
actual
that.
contract. We're just setting aside. We're just identifying a funding source if we need them.
Well, we're
Correct.
engaged in the contract with them at an amount not to exceed
Well, no,
that
I kind of
level.
agree with you.
Yeah, we don't
I don't
need
know
to
if
do
that's
that.
We can
It's not
reduce
being a
that
federal
level.
disaster.
Crowder.
Yeah,
Well,
we can
but-
reduce that amount if you
Huh?
want, just to get them on the ground to start certifying Crowder's trucks and in
Is
preparation
that part of the FEMA reimbursement? Do we have to have these guys?
Yes, sir, we do have to have
Oh.
it.
Commissioner
We got to have.
Commissioner Riley, go ahead. What were you going
What's
to
the
say?
chances of this not? And I know you can't answer this, but what's the chance of this not being a federal?
It's like
Clear
asking me to
federal
predict the
debt.
weather. It's a 50-50 shot. Right now, the county has met its requirement.
Okay.
We have a deductible is the wrong word, but we have a number we have to meet. We've hit that.
We've hit that.
We've hit that we've tripled that number.
Are all the other counties that were declared a disaster have to meet the same numbers, or numbers different for
Their numbers are different. So, for example, Harris County is 15 million. I don't know what the city of Houston's is, but it would be close to
Have you
15
talked
million.
to-
Ours
do
is
you know?
1.7.
Have they? Do you know? Have you
Harris
talked to
County,
those guys?
Harris County has not hit their number.
Think-
However, Liberty, Hardin, Matagorda, all those counties to our east, Jefferson, they're going to hit their number.
Have they been declared yet?
They have not been declared yet. Everybody's in a holding phase. We begin this disaster like 2016. We do preliminary damage assessments with teams from the state and from FEMA. We've started those. Actually, they're out driving right now for individual assistance. We will do that for our PA assistance on Friday. We actually take them out, show them the damage, and they take that into account when they make their determination whether or not they're going to activate.
Plus, the governor, in his acceptance of our disaster declaration, operates under certain assumptions of what's going to take place. I've talked with Senator Crichton about this. We've been in contact with John Cornyn. John Cornyn contacted us. Ted Cruz's office, with the president being in town. Brandon mentioned our county. I talked to him yesterday about this about 11 o'clock. Cecil Bell's in the loop on this. We chatted about this as they were there with the president. There's not a guarantee, but overall, it appears that we're moving in that direction. And we either way, we have to deal with this in the event that we either do or we don't. We got to deal with it either way.
Right.
So it's a contract up to 700.
Up to 700. If you feel more comfortable reducing that number, I would support that. If you want to enact the contract on, if you want to put it on a shorter term, say we monitor it we go ahead and enact the contract and we run it for 14 days, and if the next court would come back, it looks like we're not going to have a PA, then we can cease and desist. Then I believe that's all
Can we do it that way?
quite legal, Gilbert.
Well,
Yeah, we can put terms on it.
That's what you suggest we do? Well, then there's no need.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
Let's do it that way.
We would definitely know by next court if we have a
So,
declaration.
I-
Should.
Let's do it that way.
so we have a motion.
So we just need to amend the motion. Who made
Right.
it first?
I think I did.
I think
Okay.
you got to amend it again, Mayor.
Amended to
I
what's-
forgot what the original one was.
We need a funding source as well.
Huh?
We need a funding source as well.
Yeah.
So,
We're talking about the backup team. What they call Tectra? Or
This is Haggerty Consulting. Haggerty Consulting.
Haggerty. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Move on Haggerty funding source. Be fund balance
for 14 days
for 14 days. Yeah.
to the
Second.
next court.
To the next
the next
court.
court. Right.
I
Second.
second.
Any more discussion?
You
Gilbert,
want, you want to leave the amount at the 750? You want to reduce that amount?
I think we leave that like it is.
Well, I mean, it's not.
What do we
we're
reduce
not,
it to? How do we,
We're
Gilbert?
not obligated to that, are we, Gilbert? I mean,
No.
it's just a number.
If 14 days from now, we just say we're not going to do it. We're done.
It's just a number.
Okay, thank you.
Gilbert, you've been involved in this, right? In terms of what the numbers that we're agreeing to.
In the past, I've been involved.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, there is no declaration, you stop monitoring. I mean, it's an hourly rate that they charge us anyway.
Okay.
T&M,
Okay.
basically is what it
Yeah,
is.
so,
Yeah.
Very good. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.